So, get with somebody in class that has access to it from 347. Alright, and download it, please.
I think it's still in your
It looks like it's
file
still on the
share.
page.
It's in your school file share.
There's something on here.
Yeah, it's still the school file.
Yeah, 6.0.1 with tutorials.
Oh yeah, okay, there you go. So it's on my webpage. Yeah.
This class,
There is nothing in there, there is no labs or anything of that nature. I actually had to go and dig these up. So there's no modules, there's no exercises like what you see in 347 or 307. They don't have that. Yeah, I know it sucks.
that'd be cool.
It would have been.
Yeah.
I was expecting that when I signed on to this program, but that's what Cisco does to you sometimes. Okay, so real quick. It tells you basically what you kind of have to use from a device standpoint. It should anyway. Here, required resources. You can use a 1841 and 2960. So in Packet Tracer, grab an 1841 and two 2960s. Well, that's what they're easy to see, isn't it? Okay, cable them up to this specification. You can go into the config global settings here, rename them if you so desire. You have to turn the devices off. So it looks like I have. Looks like everything's Ethernet, so I don't have to change anything out per se. S1. S2. Looks like you need a couple of PCs. Oh, they have TVs in here now? That's
Smart
cool.
devices.
PCA, PCB. Alright, and then you can use the connector tool. Let me find the connector tool, connections. Use one straight copper for all these, copper straight through. So F0 to F5. 5. F6 to the, sorry. PC. F18 on this one. This PC and F01 to F01. Okay. From there, turn everything on, and then you can start addressing pretty much everything. From the PC's perspective, okay, if you go to the desktop tab, you have a lot of little services that you can run. Okay? So you can use a terminal emulator. Right? You can use a text editor, a web browser. Right? You can use the command prompt. Right? And if I had a IP address there, I could terminal to the. I could set up a connection to the console, for example. So I could come here and do a crossover. Console cable. Pick the console cable. Pick the RS-232 slot. And then connect to the console. Now I can come to the terminal. Click OK. And I'm on the console from the PC. So there's several ways you can work on this. This is the exact same thing if you were to take a laptop, put a serial connection into it, and plug into the console port of a router switch, whatever. Okay, so I know I've had several students, rightfully so, say that, well, this is really great to use all this emulation software, but we don't get to use our hands-on with stuff. Understood? They attempt it at least. They try. You got to kind of have a little bit of imagination here. All right, but it does work very similar. Okay, it does work very similar. All right. If I were to go in here and set up this switch, for example, and set up the HTTP engine, not saying that that's a good thing. Actually, I don't think it's going to give me a no option. We'll just try it with a. Nope. So you can't do HTTP on here anyway.
How would you set up switching in GNS3 VLANs?
Switching in GNS3, I would use.
Because there's
Yeah, excellent
a tutorial
question.
online that says use a 2600 or 3600 Cisco router. Then we do that.
2600 switch. You go back to the lab. It was just there. It says 18. Because you got to remember, these labs were kind of, sort of written for packet tracer, but not completely. So 12246 SE, 12420 T1. Right. If I go on here and I look at the version, I'm running 12415 T1. So pretty close. It'll still, for the most part, work. Okay. Advanced IP services, you can use crypto with that. So in the lab, you will not be able to do anything from a GUI standpoint. So if it asks you to do anything with the HTTP engine or a web page, just skip it. Right? Nothing with web services. Right? But look, I want you to turn them off. Skip it. So the beautiful thing about this is all you need to do when you're done with the lab in certain places is save the packet tracer file. File, save as, your name, lab 2. And you can see that's a whopping 12 kilobytes. It's just config files. So email that to me when you're done. Go through the lab. We'll answer some more questions on Thursday, especially if there's some things in there that you can't see or you can't do. We'll work through that. Some of the questions in here, right, you probably have seen before. That's, from Lab 1, the show IP SSH command. My bet is your answers will probably be very similar, if not exactly similar. Okay.